Okay. Wormmon 3K, clear.
Let's go Kabumi.
Gaia Force. Okay, putting me on 6.
I know 6 is terrifying with you, but
Okay, everyone, we are fresh off win, and it looks like Pete is back on the bugs, which kinda means that we're back to our roots. It's the Vmon army versus Pete's swarm of insects. And thankfully, my deck is actually nearing completion. I'm a bit short on pieces, unfortunately, like a second fighter mode, a couple usable armors, that paladin mode that sadly eluded me out of the box of BT8, but I think paladin mode aside, I have a pretty decent chance of pulling some of what I still need this week. And once that's done, the deck should be in pretty fine form, and with some luck, I'll be able to clean up the remaining games with relative ease. So, hey, we know what we've got to open this week. Let's not waste any more time and get right to the pack opening. Yeesh. Always got to struggle on the first pack, right? Okay, Angemon, Lightning Blade, kind of cool. Vanilla, Kokuamon, Psychmon, Master Tyranno, Armor Texture, BB, God, Dark Eye Force, and hey, there's a super. I do love my Golden Rapidmon, but that is just not, it's not the one we wanted. We can't really play it. We have access to some green stuff, but not really any green rookies. So cool card to see off the top, but that is one less super that could potentially be fighter mode. So not great. Okay, we got a Kikamon, Angemon, Top Gun, Skullsatamon, Vanilla, Candlemon, got another armor. Okay, you know what? We're pulling a couple of those. Let's see. Cyclonemon, another armor, and Yukio. Yeah, I'm not about that Malomyotismon stuff, so no dice there. I guess I have pulled enough blue-yellow stuff that we could potentially use that Shakumon we pulled a while back. That could be cool, but I don't feel like 100% on that quite yet. Oh my goodness, get out here. Okay. Fangmon, Pistmon, Elekmon, another Mamemon, Vanilla, Kokuamon, Psychmon, Ryojin, BBmon, Dinohumon, Gammamon, and another Dark Gaia Force. Oosh. We're not playing Black War Greymon. We do not have the stuff for that. I mean, I guess technically that's a decent security bomb if we went back to Ragna, since we do have a ton of reds and blacks in that deck, but I mean, let's be honest, we're not going back to Ragna Lordmon. Pete has way too many answers for that now, and it's not the cool thing to do. So, more armor stuff. Okay, well, I mean, at least I can play some Vmons from my trash, I guess. Memory Tamer, Black Godomon, Hero, and Ophanimon Fall Down mode. That's another super. This is kind of cool, actually. I do like that for the DP buff. That could be useful. This is just telling me like, hey Kev, why don't you open the Masty starter deck? And I'm just like, no, I'm going to resist. I'm not going down that road. I'm not opening up a fresh starter deck to just kind of like do what? Go back to square one right before the end of the series. I am not about it. Ooh, there's something shiny at the back there. Okay. Fire Rocket, Kyukimon, Soulmon, Greymon, Vanilla, Battle Gammamon, Mushroomon, Plasma Shot, lots of armor stuff, Kogmon, Cyclonemon, Bancho Mamemon, and Zhuchaomon. No, not what we were looking for. I think, is he a rare? That is a super rare. Oh no. Guys, this is not good. We've seen 3 super rares already. None of them were fighter mode. Oh man. This is getting me nervous. This is getting me very nervous. I really need to pull another fighter mode out of here. I think there's a Tama in there somewhere at the back. Let's just blaze through these. Patamon for the Jogress plays, the Kogamon, Terriermon, another Shakumon, and yes! Yes. Oh my god, there it is. That's what we needed. Okay, we got our second fighter mode. That is really good. And now we have access to an additional Jogress play as well. We do have some more blue yellows. I think I have 2 of this guy kicking around. So we can make this deck very interesting indeed. Very, very interesting indeed. Okay, yep, let's put you there. Let's just put that on top. That is fantastic. I guess we'll just put Hero to the side too. It doesn't really matter. Okay, well, this stuff can be just about anything else now, and I probably won't care, but, you know, it would be nice to pull the Davis and Ken Dual Tamer. I think that would kind of just allow us to make some really powerful Imperial plays at this point, because you can get access to the restand, of course, and it makes Mega Death live more often than not. More armor stuff, more armor stuff. This is useful. Okay, Gurimon. If we want to play Jessmon, there it is. Kari. You're telling me to play Mastimon, Willis, and Frost Velgramon. Not about that Source Strip life, so no. Hard pass, hard pass. All right. Vanilla. Shivamon stuff. Captain Hookmon, lame. Greymon. Battlegamamon, goddamn Betsumon, Pandemonium Flame. Oh, Samadhi Santi. I have actually been thinking it would be nice to pull this because this gives me the ability to stun some of Pete's stuff. And if I'm still running Shivamon, which I think I still will be, this will give me the ability to proc its effect a little easier. Innocence Blizzard, another hero, and PT8 Metal Greymon. I was actually looking for another one of those. Now that I'm finally buying into Black War Greymon X, I really needed a spare copy for my Machinedramon deck since I pulled the copies out of there. All right, we got 3 packs left. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Can we find the Dual Tamer? Can we find some Vmon specific armors? That would be nice as well. I think that's an Azulongmon at the back. I don't think I'm going to be happy, guys. Cherubimon, Devimon, another Gurimon, Azulongmon, and Poncho Mamemon. Come on, man. Eesh. That is rough. Although, I mean, we have a much more consistent egg for Jessmon now, so if we want to go back to that, it actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I would just need to start opening up, I think, BT7 and BT6 to get access to some Sistermons. Tremojimon, Patamon, that guy, dual color stuff, Crimson Blaze, Unga Bunga Red, another armor, and yeah, Malomyotismon. Okay, cool. We're not doing it. I do not play purple. You will never, ever, ever catch me playing a purple deck. I don't care how cool the Beelzemon starter deck looks, you are not going to catch me playing purple. I'm not about that life. And Kilomon, okay. X-Antibody stuff, Fire Rocket. All these Fire Rockets and Lightning Blades, and not a single Vmon armor. We playing Black War Greymon now? A Plasma Shot, Gamamon, and another Frost Velgramon. Seriously? Okay, well, like I said, I can't really care about what we pulled because obviously this is the big takeaway. The Imperialdramon fighter mode. This is just, this is so perfect. This gives my deck the finisher that I've been looking for. I'll have more consistent access to it, and now that I have access to more consistent dragon modes as well, going into this guy is going to be relatively simple. And I do think, although they're not Vmon armors, I think the Submarimon alongside the Shakuamon will give me access to some interesting DP reduction tech as well that I can use to kind of wear Pete down. It might not be super consistent though. I have to be a little careful because the memory cost involved here, well, it's not great. Evoing for 3 onto a level 4. It's not the best in the world, but I think these will allow me to do some interesting stuff. Healing principally, which is always very nice, and the fact that I can reduce some DP as well could let me cut down some of Pete's stacks and more importantly, floodgate out his rookies thanks to the DP reduction effects, right? Or at least the threat of them. This is really interesting, of course, because I could, I guess in theory, open up the Masty starter deck and have something decent to work with. And I mean, this is kind of cool if I ever decide to crack open the green starter deck for whatever reason, I guess, or if I incorporate more Wormmons. It is an option. And then, hey, Samadhi Santi. Cool piece of tech, nice to have. But yeah, this is the winner. So, I mean, obviously, you know what we're going to get sleeved up. We're going to build, finally, our big, beautiful Jogress Imperialdramon deck. We're going to finally get the deck boss it deserves. And hopefully, after that, we can go to town on Pete and clinch victory number 7. All right, everyone. There's actually not too much to say on the deck front this week because, well, we're finally approaching a proper Imperialdramon build. Surprise, surprise. Basically opening up 2 starter decks. The deck's gonna look like 2 starter decks with a little spice on top. And really, all I had to do this week was make some deletions to fit in a few more of the starter deck cards. So, for example, I finally dropped Shivamon, EX1 Stingmon, and I think the BT2 Imperialdramon. Mostly, I'm just interested in optimizing the list so that I can see the whole Jogris line there, either Dino Beamon or Imperialdramon and all the associated pieces. And, I think this deck has a little bit of everything that a good Imperial list needs. I am still shy on the second fighter mode. I think 2 is the sweet spot for a deck like this, but there's still enough multi-swinging madness here to at least see me through to victory most of the time. And I'm not sure what Pete's bringing this week. I was pretty convinced at the outset that it was going to be the bugs, but I have a feeling he might be going back to Gallantmon. But basically, in either situation, I have to hope that some solid Imperialdramon fundamentals will see me through the next set of games. And on that note, let's jump into the match and see if we can take our 7th win for the season. Okay guys, well, we're gonna have something a little different here this time for the gameplay segment. I'm not gonna make you sit through a long stretch of gameplay because basically I lost, and I lost bad. I did scrape a win game 1, but I also opened up what I feel was the God hand, so I would be pretty surprised if I didn't. Games 2 and 3, however, I bricked, and I did a pretty terrible job of trying to play to my outs. Honestly, I was annoyed by it in the first game that I bricked, and I did my best to see things through, but when I bricked again on the third game, I was basically on full tilt, and once Pete slammed down DeathXmon, there was no coming back from that. And, I found the whole experience extremely frustrating, and honestly, those 2 games bugged me for a lot longer than they should have. Sealed Only 1v1 is supposed to be my opportunity to play Digimon with my friend, have a nice time, and have a decent excuse to buy packs without the missus nagging me. But for whatever reason, I let these losses get to me. Like, really get to me. I was in a foul mood for a good 2 days before I realized I was being kind of lame about the whole thing. Like, even a hearty box of Korean fried chicken could not save me from the torrent of salt that I was tasting at the time. But hey, you brick sometimes, even with the best of decks. It happens, and you just need to take it in stride. Some games, as I found out, you're just going to lose, and I think accepting that is important if you don't want to end up as a sweaty tryhard. Basically, if I'm doing this series every week with Pete and I'm not enjoying it, well, that's on me. So yeah, in this case, I've just gotta eat the loss. I've gotta chalk it up to some really bad variance, which it was gonna happen to me at least once. I think it's happened to Pete at least once or twice on his side of the table too, so it is. It's just a game, and you need to be reminded of that every now and then. So sadly, guys, not too much to report back on the gameplay front. At least you can see me trying to play my way out of Game 3 when I wasn't in total blind rage tilt mode. I did manage to at least pull off a combo where I went double Imperialdramon on my final turn, so that was at least pretty cool, but otherwise, not too much to talk about on the gameplay front this week. Hey guys, so I'm gonna keep the post-game really short this week because honestly there's not much to say here that I haven't already. I am honestly at a bit of a loss about what to do next. I'll admit that I'm actually at the point where I'm feeling like Imperial is a losing strategy because Pete's probably not going back to bugs for the rest of the season, and obviously having waited so long for the starter deck and, being able to play the big shiny Imperialdramon that I wanted to play, oh god, it feels so terrible to see it performing so poorly, and the more I think about it, it is just a really feels bad play into Gallantmon and double DeathX with these cards, spitting out the 2 bodies at the end of the whole Imperialdramon combo when you probably have Davis and or Davis Ken on the field. Yeah, that is asking to be DeathX'd. At that point, if I'm being that careless in my plays, I might as well go back to Jessmon. So hey, I'm gonna throw it out to you guys here since I am a little bit stumped. If you have any idea about what I can do to get back into the game here, I am all ears. I'm not giving up, despite the overall harsh mood of the episode, but I definitely need a lot of help in figuring something out if I want to hit my stride again. Because to be honest, if I try to stick with Imperial for the rest of the season, or if I don't find some revolutionary way to play it, Pete is gonna very quickly blow past me, and I'm gonna have a lot harder of a time trying to be cool about that. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a night here, ladies and gentlemen. It's not really the episode I wanted to make, but you know, you are allowed one of these every now and then. So with that, I will catch you all in the next one, and as a personal note to myself, remember to take it easy.